We have been participating in a wild social experiment for the past year. Ariana Grande walks onto a red carpet, posts a photo, or performs on tour, and millions of people instantly notice the exact same thing. Yet, the moment anyone speaks up, they are immediately labeled a terrible human being just for having eyes. It is an absolute disaster of public gaslighting that is driving the internet completely insane. Let us be real, social media has broken people's brains, but this is not a basic case of public body shaming. The collective reaction on Reddit, TikTok, and X is not cruelty. It is genuine, unadulterated worry. But having a normal human reaction has allegedly become entirely illegal. We are being forced to blindfold ourselves and ignore a visible crisis happening right in front of us. What is the industry desperately trying to hide behind the silence? Welcome back to my channel. Ariana Grande is looking extraordinarily small these days. Every single time a clip from her current Eternal Sunshine tour pops up on the feed, the comment section completely melts down. Nobody is discussing her iconic vocals, the choreography, or the actual performance. The internet is exclusively fixated on how scary and frail she appears. If you look closely at the recent stage footage, her outfits are not even attempting to hide the drastic transformation. It is an absolute disaster of public perception. Fans on TikTok are actively panicking. One top comment with 50,000 likes says those shoes look bigger than her entire body. Another viral tweet claims her current state is bordering on a full crisis. Yet her hardcore fan base continues to double down, aggressively attacking anyone who points out the obvious. Naturally, the internet is running wild trying to unpack what actually happened behind the scenes. People are desperately scrambling for historical context to connect the dots. The most prominent explanation resurfacing on Reddit traces back to the horrific 2017 Manchester arena bombing. Ariana was only 23 years old when that trauma occurred. She has publicly admitted to struggling with severe PTSD, overwhelming anxiety, and sleep deprivation for years afterward. Experiencing an event that catastrophic predictably wrecks a person's relationship with food and overall mental health. A viral thread on X states that trauma changes human biology permanently. But while that historical trauma is deeply tragic, a separate, messy situation exploded right alongside her physical changes. The highly controversial Ethan Slater relationship opened an entirely separate can of worms. Ariana was getting absolutely obliterated online for allegedly destroying a marriage. The backlash was massive, unhinged, and completely overwhelming. TikTok was flooded with receipts, screenshots, and deep dives picking apart her dating history. Public sentiment shifted instantly, labeling her as deeply hypocritical and shady. The internet stopped viewing her as an innocent pop princess. Every major news outlet, magazine cover, and blind item account was hyper-focused on her personal life. Fans noticed her physical appearance became increasingly concerning during the exact weeks this specific internet rage bait peaked. The sheer volume of online hate was a brutal, non-stop mental beating. Then, the narrative took an even weirder turn when reports circulated that she and Ethan broke up. The sudden relationship stress, combined with a brutal work schedule, created a perfect storm. Ariana was already a naturally petite individual, but the physical transformation during the pre-production of the movie Wicked was downright jarring. Dressed in oversized clothing, she began adopting a bizarre, innocent baby persona in her public interviews. Critics on X immediately called it an unhinged tactic for playing the victim. She was everywhere, from high-profile award shows to intensive press rollouts. Every single visual angle confirmed the drastic change. One highly upvoted comment on a pop culture forum perfectly summarized the general public exhaustion, asking why the industry is actively enabling this obvious self-destruction. The obsession intensified because of her extreme method acting for the role of Glinda. Rumors suggest she completely immersed herself in the character's aesthetic, which heavily worships extreme smallness. No one truly knows the exact medical reality, but the timeline remains highly suspicious. During her recent Los Angeles concert, Ariana broke down in tears on stage while thanking her fans. The internet immediately treated this emotional breakdown as definitive video evidence of a hidden crisis. Commenters on YouTube instantly compared her situation to the tragic story of Amy Winehouse. They slammed Hollywood industry executives for being completely indifferent to the welfare of their top stars. Meanwhile, Ariana silently responded by disabling her Instagram comments entirely, effectively shutting down any genuine fan concern. This massive wall of silence has made the online conversation unbelievably frustrating. The internet has split into two completely extreme, ridiculous positions. Either you pretend absolutely nothing is wrong to avoid being called a body-shaming monster, or you turn her into a cruel, malicious cautionary tale. Both sides are completely missing the actual point. This is not casual internet gossip anymore. A deep dive into recent Reddit threads reveals a massive shift in public perception. People are no longer comparing her old fashion choices to her new ones. The dominant reaction is collective, unadulterated worry, but the general public is actively being gaslit into not trusting their own eyes. We are being forced to participate in a weird, manufactured social performance. The corporate media keeps lecturing the public that noticing physical reality is the ultimate problem. Make it make sense. If a prominent male actor appeared on a red carpet looking substantially different, the media would express immediate, objective concern. The only reason the internet is so confused right now is the total lack of an honest explanation. Human beings naturally despise uncertainty. We hate looking at an absolute disaster and being told to look away. It pisses people off because consumers are not stupid. Fans stream the songs, buy the concert tickets, and literally finance these celebrity lifestyles. Having the audacity to completely blindfold the audience after taking their money is entirely out of touch. A role model for millions of young girls pretending this extreme state is normal is incredibly dangerous. On TikTok, the pushback against her fanbase is reaching a boiling point. Users are uploading side-by-side comparison videos of Ariana from 5 years ago versus today. The visual difference is undeniable. Yet defensive stans are actively doing her dirty by normalization. They claim she is just living her best, healthiest life. Anyone offering actual compassion is branded a fake fan. The discourse has become so morbid that users are discussing her online as if she is already gone. Comment sections are unironically calling her latest tour a permanent goodbye. It is deeply disturbing because people are treating a living, breathing human being like a true crime documentary. The internet constantly invents elaborate, bizarre conspiracy theories instead of accepting the most obvious answer. Pop culture commentators love a tin hat theory, but reality is usually much simpler. Eating disorders are incredibly common, especially in entertainment industries where physical appearance dictates your entire financial success. Celebrities do not exist in a corporate vacuum. Ariana is one of the most successful women on the planet, possessing an astronomical level of influence over Gen Z. Her team claims she has no negative intent, but cultural influence does not require permission. Human beings naturally imitate what they worship. Entire generations end up desiring the exact same face, the exact same lips, and the exact same dangerous aesthetic. These body issues are not merely individual diagnoses. They are highly contagious social illnesses spread through constant online comparison. Toxic online communities have historically used celebrity imagery as extreme thinspo. Young girls are currently putting this tour footage on a massive pedestal, actively worshipping physical restriction. If Ariana weighed significantly more, the internet would not be calling her the most beautiful woman alive. Hollywood culture aggressively worships smallness while pretending to promote body positivity. It is deeply hypocritical. Furthermore, the expectation that an active sufferer would just openly admit their struggles on a public platform is completely delusional. Denial is a literal psychiatric symptom of the illness itself. Real people do not operate with perfect public relations awareness. You cannot expect someone experiencing a severe mental health crisis to behave in a perfectly controlled manner. Ariana did address the public concern a few years ago, but her explanation left audiences entirely skeptical. She claimed her past, heavier body was actually her unhealthiest version, citing antidepressants and heavy drinking. While living an unhealthy lifestyle behind closed doors is entirely possible, her current excuse feels deeply manufactured. The internet would be a much healthier place if people stopped treating every messy celebrity situation like a football game where you must choose a side. Ariana is allegedly navigating a profound internal battle, and the public deserves honesty, not corporate censorship. The modern influencer industrial complex wants us to blindly consume the product and completely ignore the human cost. Ariana Grande is a symptom of a much larger, darker Hollywood machine that profits off perfection at any cost. Are we witnessing genuine artistic expression, or are we enabling a visible tragedy for the sake of entertainment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let us start an actual conversation about this. Thank you for watching today's video. See you guys very soon.